Cancer, hi. So this is going to be a reading for the month of July 2023. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Now let's see, Cancer, what's going on for you? Interesting. The overall energy for the reading, the Ace of Pentacles. You're stepping into brand new energies here and they look good. For the most part, they look good. Starting off the reading, the Queen of Wands crossed by the Death card. You're nurturing something from a different aspect than before. Where before, yeah, there was a lot of attraction. There were good energies at play. It's not like it was bad or anything, but something shifted in a particular situation you're dealing with, you know? I'm not sure where it's going. I feel like it's at the beginning stages of it, so it's quite early to tell where it's shifting to. But to me, instinctually, it feels like a good shift. It's very grounded, very loving. It's just very different than before, which could be intimidating sometimes because it's like, well, I don't know what that means. Is it good different or bad different? You know how we have the tendency to go in that direction of, is it good? Is it bad? It's just different. There's no good or bad, you know? In your focus, the Page of Cups, your heart is opening up. It's like, but there's such a steady energy to it all. It's like, it feels so goddamn good. And it's ironic because I'm a fire sign and this feels so slow that it's like, oh my God. But it feels so good energetically. So I don't know what the hell you're doing here, but keep on doing it. In the recent past, the Magician, you manifested this, or whoever you're dealing with manifested this. I feel like the both of you have, in all honesty, this shift, this change. In your strength, the Seven of Swords, I feel like with this one, there may have been times where you wanted to give up on things. There may still be times where you want to give up on things, but I don't see you doing it. I see you being very, very close, right there towards fuck this, but not actually doing it. In the immediate future, the Knight of Pentacles, very slow, steady, grounded kind of an energy that's coming through for this situation. In the supportive energy here, the Two of Cups, that's why I'm seeing this. I see you definitely stepping up in these energies, but there's someone else with you here, you know. And in the hidden energies, the King of Wands, again, things are shifting from where they used to be between the two of you. That Queen of Wands in the beginning, crossed by the Death card, is showing a sign of, that's how we functioned up until this point. Things are going to be a little different. And not because it was a conscious decision. I feel like just because, you know, the energy is shifting within this dynamic. So whoever this is in the same boat, by the looks of it. In your hopes and fears, the Seven of Pentacles, hoping that everything's just going to build up and up and up and it's going to keep on growing. And for the potential outcome, the Five of Pentacles, there's your fear showing up, telling you, hey, it's too slow. Where do you think this is going to go so slow? Do you have time? By the time you're 80, you're going to reach like, you know, maybe 2 milestones here and you'll be done. That's nothing. I don't know what your fear is going to try to tell you, but it's going to try to interfere with this process. So let's clarify. Let me clarify the Ace of Pentacles. And I love the sounds they're making when they're sleeping. For the Ace of Pentacles, you get the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Justice card. Yeah, there's definitely a commitment, possibly a marriage for a lot of you. It's just looking right. It's just looking stable and balanced. And it's one of those very rare readings where I'm not seeing this a lot at all, where both energies are kind of at the same level with one another, you know? Energetically speaking, frequency-wise, intentions, goals, everything. Seems very balanced in here. But I feel like you brought this on. You brought this on big time. I feel like it started with you somehow. Anyways, let's do the Queen of Wands. The Ten of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the King of Wands. There it is, yeah. Beautiful friggin' energy. I mean, I don't even want to clarify anymore because I feel like the whole reading is gonna, if anything, it's gonna show up fears here and there and things like that, which if you got to this point, achieving these energies, you're gonna recognize all that all by yourself. But it's good to be pointed out, you know, sometimes we need that echoing voice to point us out to things. So, Queen of Wands, King of Wands, and in between the two of you, happiness as a goal. Ace of Swords, the both of you are working towards the same thing. So let's do the Death card. The old ways of this connection definitely are fading away. For the Death card, you get the Three of Swords, the Sun, the Five of Wands. And what's interesting about this is that the old ways, the both of you had the same goals still. But how you approached that goal, very different than how you're doing it now. Which created a lot of tension, a lot of conflict within this dynamic. Because let's say you're both wanting happiness, which that's what you're showing me, but the way you show up for that is going to be so different that it's going to make the other one think that they don't want happiness, they don't want shit, they want to sabotage this, they want to ruin this, and it's just going to create conflict because it's not, it feels like at this point you're even showing up in the same exact way. Like I don't think I've ever seen this in readings. But the old way is gone of creating conflict because you're just showing up in a different way, you know. Let's do the Page of Cups in your focus, the Eight of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Star. There's still some stress at times, at least on your side, when it comes to the situation. Like, as it's stepping into this brand new energy, you're feeling it, you're enjoying it. It's like, oh my God, this feels so good. But you're also stressing sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it comes through your head, that little, you know, seed of doubt of, I wonder if this is going to last. That's your fear. That's going to show up in the potential outcome. That's your fear trying to sneak in, trying to take over. Because things are too balanced, too smooth, and it's something new. It's something you've possibly never experienced before. Fear is always going to try to keep you into places that you're familiar with, you know. Why go try something new? Ew. That's ew for fear. Hello, Kai. May I proceed? Yes, I may. Let's do the Magician in the recent past, the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Temperance card. That's a lot of work on self, especially through self-love. And a lot of great manifestations coming out of that. You've gone through a pretty deep transformative process here, which brought up a lot of self-love, you know, putting yourself first. And that opened up like this big blast of manifestation towards possibly even this connection. Let's do the Seven of Swords in your strength, the Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. There's an energy of working together here, even, or almost looking at the situation as if you were partners in crime or something, you know, where the energy is present, but I feel like somebody wasn't necessarily feeling it like that, even though they were showing up as if they were feeling it like that. So that whole foundation to this was based on deception, basically. It's like, you know, I trust you fully, you trust me fully, and I say that, but I don't really believe that. So that's gonna cause the foundation to be kind of, hold on. Wow, I don't like the double sneezes because that usually signifies sick. And I don't like sick. But, or pollen? Is it back? No. Anyways, I think it is though. Okay. So, yeah, whoever tried to say that they believe that, they actually truly believe that now. So there's that full trust that's coming into play right now based on the new energies at play. Because in the past, somebody wanted to believe that, but they weren't truly believing it. You know, that trust fall kind of a thing. Nope. They wouldn't have done it. And I don't know who that is, if it's you or them or even the both of you. You know, let's do the Knight of Pentacles in the immediate future, the Seven of Swords, the Magician, the Ace of Wands. Okay. Yeah, there's that tendency that's showing up again. And it's showing up around this. Of giving up sometimes. And when that tendency shows up, because I see it showing up, and it's showing up quite randomly, because it's like everything's smooth, everything's great. And it has the tendency to show up, especially when things are linear. They're looking like not much is changing through energy. So it's looking like everything's steady, everything's fine. And then this energy starts to creep in of quite boring, huh? Maybe we should get out of, you know, make something more exciting out of life. This is quite boring here. Yeah, it's good, it's steady, it's nice, but it's quite boring. Like there's no, so smooth. You like that? Let's go. And again, your fear. That's your fear showing up. So the minute that happens, where you feel that tendency to be like, okay, this is boring, try to stay focused on your goals, your manifestation, because you are manifesting this. You're creating this. As I said, you're the one that started this, you know, and it's a great energy. And it's, healing is never linear. So when it becomes quite steady in its pace, it kind of scares us. Then we're like, oh, we're not healing then. So it's quite interesting that it stays so steady for a very long time. But just enough for that fear to try to sneak in. In the supportive energies for the Two of Cups, you get the Seven of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Six of Cups. Yeah. There's a little bit of regret, of nostalgia over the past, you know, like, oh, I miss those days when, it almost feels like the two of you are trying to bring back certain things from the past because of that. There's a little bit of looking back and maybe, you know, doing some things like you used to do in the past. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that as long as they're beneficial to the new path here created. You know, I don't know, maybe you miss going, where would you go? Who the hell knows? To the movies? No, that's too, well, it could be. Who knows? Something. But try not to bring back the energies that weren't great, you know, with that. So, yeah, there's a little bit of nostalgia here. King of Wands in the hidden energies. You get the Four of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Hierophant. Whoever this is to you, that's kind of right there with you. I feel like they're going through a healing process. They're not yet in that deep healing process, but they're heading towards it. So hold on to your socks, because they're not yet ready for that. But through their healing, through their current healing, they're opening up the door more and more towards, okay, I'm going to go at a deeper level a little bit, you know? So let's do the Seven of Pentacles in your hopes and fears, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Nine of Cups. You know how I said that the energy is quite linear, smooth, everything's going quite, it's starting to pick up a little. And I feel like it's going to start to pick up whenever they enter the depth of where they need to go. So, yeah, it's starting to pick up a little, and for the emotions and the everything of what this is to be more amplified and to be more felt at a a more picked up kind of a pace here. Okay, so things are progressing quite nice here. Let's do the Five of Pentacles in the potential outcome. The Page of Wands, the King of Cups, the Hangman. Very nice. Now that I didn't expect. I'm like, I was getting ready. Okay, fear is showing up. Let me tell them what's up with this fear. You're telling me what's up with this fear. Really cool. Because the fear is showing up and you're like, you're seeing it. Look at you're catching it with this Page of Wands, right? You're like, huh, fear is here. Okay. And then you open up your heart fully to it. It's almost like and I had a vision like this at some point, which was freaking amazing, where there was so much love because your heart is so expansive and so like open that anything that shows up, even negative energies and everything, you just swallow up with your heart. And it's like, it's gone. It's gone. It's turned into love, because that's basically what's happening. So you're kind of showing me the same thing. You're seeing it. You're acknowledging it. You're like, hey, fear, what's up? You want to come in for some tea, or something. And then your heart is fully open while you look at it. And that's when you kind of transmute it. You don't even look at it and you're like, okay, let's work on this fear. It's like, poof. As long as your heart is fully open in front of this fear, you'll see how that goes. And it is, because you have the Hangman at the end. So that tells me you're just standing still right there with your fear, with your heart fully open. Poof, you're doing this like no tomorrow. All right, let's see what the universe has to close it off. The Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I mean, at this point, at this stage, in this situation where you're at, you're at that place where it's linear and the pace isn't necessarily picked up. So it's kind of looking, okay, it's good. There's progress, there's things going on, everything's good. But this is the place where your fear is going to try to sneak in. This is not the place where you actually see it and confront it with your heart open. This is the place where you're in your own process here of growth through this connection, whatever this is. And at times I see that fear trying to sneak in here and there, So whenever you think, especially whenever you think as you work on this, that this is not going to go anywhere, this is never going to happen, this is going to fail, or things like that, just acknowledge that that's your fear trying to sneak in, and then keep on going. Because I see you at times not paying attention and not catching your fear, So it's kind of like a little bit of a warning from the universe. You're doing a great job here. Let's see the Oracle of the Fairies. Wait for winter. I don't wanna. Good thing I'm not a Cancer. During the colder months, the Fairy Queen of Winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. Cool reading. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.